Welcome back to the Full Time Ultras. Bayern Munich 2, Real Madrid 2. What an end to the first semi final at the Allianz Arena in the Champions League. Lots of questions to look forward to. Were Bayern really very unlucky? Did Real Madrid play too defensively? Did Kim Min-jae have that bad of a game? Toni Kroos just doing Toni Kroos things. What a brilliant performance from him. And who has the advantage post this game? Let's get right into it and answer those questions. Bayern Munich actually started off the game pretty well. I think they would have been cursing themselves that they did not convert their chances, especially Leroy Sané, who was put twice on goal, but both of his attempts he couldn't get the best of Lunin. So I think Tuchel might have been scratching his head, but that is been Bayern's story like all this season. They haven't been able to take the lead early on in games and dictate the tempo. So I think Bayern Munich could have started the game a little bit better. They were very wasteful in front of goal, and I think that is what got Real Madrid slowly into the game. Madrid were a little bit pragmatic going into this game, but that was kind of expected as Ancelotti has been known to get his teams, especially when they play away, set up a little bit more defensively. So I think Real Madrid in their approach were spot on in the first, I would say 10 to 15 minutes, where they bore the storm. They kind of let Bayern Munich do the attacking, but I think they were really very compact defensively. And then as the game went forward, Real Madrid got a little bit more composure in the game thanks to Toni Kroos, I think, who had a fantastic first half performance. Let's look at some of his stats that he produced. I think he entirely changed the game with that one assist where he dissected the Bayern Munich defensive line, and what a finish that was from Vinicius Jr. So let's just look at some of his numbers. Kroos completed 48 passes in the first half. That was the most of anyone on the pitch at that time, and he just misplaced one pass. He had the most touches with 59. He won the most duels with 4, and he also had 4 ball recoveries. So it was just a complete all-round midfield performance from Toni Kroos. 100% duels won, and also a tackle rate of 100%, and his passing accuracy 98%. He just got Madrid right back into the game. They were, like I said, shaken before in the first half, but I think once Kroos started getting more on the ball, that's where Madrid started getting more of the composure. Thomas Tuchel is actually a really very astute coach. He saw that the first half ended in favor of Real Madrid, where they were quite comfortable in possession and they were quite compact, where Bayern Munich could not have a lot of attempts on Real Madrid's goal. There was nothing happening in the front line. So Tuchel did make a tactical adjustment. He got off Leon Goretzka, who did not have a very good game in the first half, but he got in Rafael Guerreiro. Now Rafael Guerreiro mostly is known as playing a left back, but in this game he was slotted in midfield. And I think another big tactical tweak that Thomas Tuchel did in the second half was, in the first half he had Kimmich and Lehmer playing like a hybrid right back role, where both kept switching in. I think that wasn't working in the first half. That's what Tuchel did in the second half. He changed that. He put Konrad Lehmer at the base of midfield, and Kimmich started playing more of a right back role, which I think got their shape right. Guerreiro in midfield kind of brought more energy. His runs, his driving ability from midfield really kind of helped in terms of dissecting Real Madrid's midfield line. So I think that was a very good substitution that Tuchel made, and it kind of changed the game. It enabled Bayern Munich to create more spaces in behind Real Madrid's defense, and I think that finally helped when Leroy Sané had loads of space to run into, and I think that's where Leroy Sané is at his most dangerous when he's running into space, when he's running at people. And Bayern Munich finally got their equalizer with a brilliant finish, cutting in on his left foot. Maybe Lunin could have done better at his near post, but I think also the shot was very ferocious. And kudos to Sane for getting Bayern back into the game. And that's what we've been talking about, the individual brilliance that Bayern have been uh, living on at this in this season. And then the second goal came immediately with Jamal Musiala getting space, a brilliant switch from Harry Kane to find the young German international, and trickery of his feet, he just wins a penalty. And yeah, Harry Kane steps up, ever reliable, to get Bayern Munich in the lead. And it was a really composed penalty kick like we expect from Harry Kane, unlike the penalty he took against France. But yeah, all in all, Bayern turned it around, I feel, really well. They started off the second half really well, and that bore credit to them as they took the lead. A special shout out to Konrad Lehmer, especially in the second half. I think when he switched into the more defensive midfielder kind of a role, just marshalling the back four. I think he had a brilliant performance in the second half. He was very versatile in the tackles he made. He was strong. He was hard. He did not allow Real Madrid to settle enough. I think he did. He had a very good game over Jude Bellingham as well. Kept him quiet in the entire second half. I couldn't even see Bellingham have any influence for Real Madrid. So I think Konrad Lehmer was really solid in the second half. But a Bayern player that let their team down was Kim Min-jae. In the first goal, I felt that he wasn't to be blamed that much, because I think the pass, first of all, was really incisive from Toni Kroos, and I think Manuel Neuer at goal could have done a little bit better in coming out of his box and sensing the danger and clearing the ball away, considering Bayern were holding kind of a higher line. So I think in that phase, I don't think he was much to be blamed in that scenario. But yeah, he did have a very poor second half. Kim Min-jae as a defender was really very reliable last season, and he continues to be a really good defender, but he did have a really poor game. I think Vinicius exposed him in terms of getting him closer to him, and then when the ball went on top of him, Vinicius had a yard over him every time. And most of the times where even before the goal, I think Vinicius had a chance to equalize, but Manuel Neuer was very good in saving that attempt. So minutes after that, it all unraveled again, and it got from bad to worse for the Korean defender, as he conceded a penalty that practically brought Real Madrid into the game from nothing, because Madrid didn't have much going on in the second half in terms of their attack. I think Manuel Neuer was really very comfortable in goal, and the decision of Kim to kind of make that tackle was actually a little bit stupid, considering how experienced he is, even last season being one of the best defenders in Europe. So that was a little bit of a brain fart moment that he had, and which got Real Madrid into the game out of nothing. And I think that would have made Carlo Ancelotti really happy going into the second leg. So what can we expect from the second leg? I think Real Madrid as a team do know how to kind of manage their way in an away game. I think they set up really their defensive block is really very good. They're very compact, they're very organized, and they kind of look to hit you on the break, and I think that was spot on. Bayern Munich were the better side in the second half, and they should have gone into the Allianz Arena with at least a 1-goal advantage. But Real Madrid being Real Madrid, I think they know how to kind of get that moment and get back into the game, and that's exactly what they did when they exposed Kim Min-jae and won a penalty, and Vinicius stepping up to equalize. I think it was a classic Real Madrid away performance, and they'd be really happy taking a 2-2 draw back to the Santiago Bernabeu, where I think they are at their best. I don't think Bayern Munich should be really disappointed with how they played in this game. I think they still have a chance to get something at the Santiago Bernabeu. I think that Tuchel won't be too reserved. Considering how he is as a manager, I kind of know that Tuchel would go in being more proactive to get that early goal. And I think a 2-2 result might kind of bode well for Bayern Munich, because I think if they would have won 2-1, they would have gone into the Santiago Bernabeu thinking more that maybe we should be a little bit more defensive and allow Real Madrid to come at us. So I think the game being balanced would suit both parties more, and I think it would also draw on Real Madrid to kind of attack Bayern Munich more and kind of get the early goal and then take it on from there. So I think this game is perfectly poised for the second leg, and I think we can expect a cracker in 1 week at the Santiago Bernabeu. Let us know, what did you make of the game? Did you think Kim Min-jae was that bad as people pointed out? How impressed were you with Toni Kroos's performance? And Vinicius Jr., as usual, the savior of Real Madrid, popping up at the right moment, at the right time, scoring important goals. What did you make of the game? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.